Hello, Internet. Hockey nerds, one and all. Nah, don't look at me like that. You know you're all hockey nerds. You know how I know you're a hockey nerd? You spent the summer waiting for the winter to start. It's okay, the first part of recovery is admitting you have a problem. I'll be your support group. We're all hockey nerds here. My name is Heffiewiggle and I am a hockey addict. And welcome to the penalty box! Guys, first of all, I want to pay my respects to the terrible events that happened this summer. The tragic passing of Derek Boogaard, Rick Rippon, Wade Belak, and of course, all 45 members of the team Lokomotiv that perished in the plane crash in Russia. It was way too soon for all of you to go, and I can only offer my condolences and heartfelt sympathies to all touched by this terrible tragedy. And not to make light of it, but this has been the worst off-season ever. I mean, Sidney Crosby not knowing if he could play this season, Mark Savard's career possibly over, and now 48 players dead? All I can say is thank God the season's returned. Anyway, on with the show. Well, let's talk first about the recent news. The Maple Leafs made their final cuts Monday, giving us a final roster of the players who will start the 2011-2012 season. And most notable about those remaining on the team are rookies Matt Fratton and Jake Gardiner. Gardiner, as you know, the promising young defenseman we got in the Francois Beauchemin deal! I said deal! And Matt Fratton, as you also know, was the 4th round selection of the Leafs in the 2007 draft. Fratton made the team due to injuries, namely Tim Connolly's day-to-day upper body injury bumping Bozak to the top line. Yeah, he's injured again. Matthew Lombardi's concussion issues, but he's almost back to normal. And Kadri's blown knee. 3 to 4 weeks. Yikes. As for Gardiner, he had the most impressive preseason campaign of any of the Blue Liners, except for perhaps John Michael Lyles. Yes, preseason means nothing, but dude, he made his case. And unfortunately, that case comes at a cost to Keith Aulie, who got sent back down to the minors. That's a move I'm really hesitant about. I mean, Aulie last year had some incredible chemistry with Dion Phaneuf. He helped Phaneuf refine his offensive ways. Yes, the brass are hoping Lyles will do the trick, but to me that makes as much sense as breaking up the MacArthur-Grabo-Kuhlman line. I guess it's good news for Marlies fans? And to look even further on that blue line, what puzzles me even more is the fact that Mike Komisarek made the team. Komisarek's play from last year was, as you remember, well, atrocious. He was only outdone in terms of awfulness by Brett Lebda. And that's saying something. So, do we just disregard last season? Because at the end there was a coming out party of a number of people, one of whom was Keith Aulie. My guess is Komisarek moves way down the depth charts and is on a short lease for send-downs, while Keith Aulie is the first guy you call for call-ups. But I was expecting him to go to the way of Jeff Finger. Moving on, shortly after that, the Leafs made a trade, trading for center Dave Steckel of the New Jersey Devils, aka the guy who destroyed Sidney Crosby. Yeah. Watch out when we play the Penguins for the first time, Davey. Going New Jersey's way is a 4th round draft pick in 2012, so we're not giving up much in return. This is a good deal. Low price, good return. Basically, we picked up a bargain bin player. He's a good option for a 4th line center who, with Daryl Boyce being sent down, is currently nobody. Alright, it's Philip Dupuis, who isn't as good as Boyce in my opinion. Steckel's good on the penalty kill, an area the Leafs desperately need help in. Not only that, he also led the entire NHL in face-off percentage last season. And, as we all saw, he can be physical. Just focus on keeping it legal. And due to the Steckel deal, rumor mills began buzzing again, and it seems that the topic is Tyler Bozak. There are whisperings of a Bozak deal due to the bunch-up that the Leafs have at center, and some unnamed sources have put Bozak in a package with D-man Carl Gunnarsson. The return is rumored to be another center, possibly on the 1st line, which would bump Connolly down to the 3rd line. So, keep your ear to the ground over the next few days. Moving on to other news, Clark MacArthur gets suspended for the first 2 games of the season due to his hit to the head on Justin Abdelkader. Gotta be honest with you, looking at the replay, it kinda looks like acting on Abdelkader's part. The way he spiraled and threw his hands up after what was clearly a bump. Come on, man. And MacArthur was not happy afterward, going so far as to say that Shanahan was close to taking hitting out of the game. Here's where I disagree. Shanahan has done a remarkable job of cleaning up the disciplinarian office of the NHL. He even releases videos explaining his decision with video evidence and the exact criteria the player violated to get him suspended. Whereas before, under Colin Campbell, it was, yeah. Now perhaps the call was a little unfair and there has been a severe crackdown on hits to the head, but those are the hits you need to take out of the game if you want your players to have long, productive careers. Yes, the players will think twice before hitting someone, and they probably should have in the first place. Besides, most players, i.e. the ones not suspended, support the new regime, saying it's a lot clearer now where they stand in terms of illegality. And lastly, I just want to issue a quick word about a couple of projects that I'm going to be involved in over the coming season. As most of you know, I've recently started working this summer on a website with a few friends called districtsportsblog.com. Well, for those of you who went to check it out, you may have noticed that the site has not been updated in about a month. Sorry about that. The truth is we've had some issues with the site that have forced us to pull unceremoniously out of that address. So yes, we moved operations again. I'm very sorry to do this. I wouldn't have if it weren't absolutely necessary. But here's the deal. We will be setting up another website very shortly where you can find my blogs and the blogs from the growing team, including video blogs from myself and our European soccer correspondent, Alex. I will let you know the address as soon as that gets up. Also, I'd like to announce another project I'm working on with a vlogger buddy of mine, Severed. Link to his profile down here. The project we're working on is a new show, a weekly thing with a discussion between the two of us about all things Maple Leafs. So basically, not so much this, and more like off the record, except without manufactured disagreements. Anywho, we don't have a name for it yet, but we will by the time we post our first episode, and we'll be posting that all season long on both his and my YouTube channels. Alright, that's all I got. Thanks for watching, and guys, the season is only a matter of hours away. Now more than ever, go Leafs go!